I love it. And let's get right into it. U.S. men's national team. And of course, guess what? There's so much to talk about and complain about.
Yeah. Mostly complain.
The World Cup is 365 days away. And here we are after 2 games where we played 2 teams who quite honestly brought their A players. Most of their A players were there. And USA players couldn't be bothered. The best of USA couldn't be bothered.
Is that what we're really going with? Is the guys don't care? Because just God damn you, Landon Donovan. I don't want to have to defend Christian Pulisic, but I think he's right.
He's not the only one saying it now. I mean, Alexi's saying it. Ronaldo's saying it. And Ronaldo was certainly still defending Pulisic's decision to do it, but he is also calling out the culture of America and that it's not important to these guys. Meanwhile, you got Cristiano Ronaldo playing injured to win a cup days ago. We got Leo Messi leaving Inter Miami every time he can to go play for Argentina and go play for his country because it means so much to them. You have all those players where it means so much for them to play for their country. Meanwhile, and also are preparing for next summer by playing this summer. Meaningful and somewhat meaningful matches. I mean, USA got the piss beat out of them 35 minutes.
Dude, so not only, well, wait, you skipped over, they lost to Turkey to start with. 2-1.
Well, I mean,
then they got stomped 4-0 against the Swiss. And Shaqiri wasn't even there, Chicago Fire legend.
Well, first let's start with what happened against Turkey.
Is that what they're going by officially now? Is Turkey?
I believe so. That's what I've heard a few people say, and I was like, oh, is it really? Because I know, we all know it as Turkey, but you could say Turkey or Turkey, I believe.
Well, it's like when the Ivory Coast prefers now to be called Cote d'Ivoire. Or if I butchered that.
So
anyway,
so the first question is, how did the USA not win this game? And that's the first question. What went wrong in this game?
What didn't go wrong?
Honestly, I didn't watch this one. I forgot it was even on, dude. That's how checked out I am, dude.
I didn't watch it. I put it in for a few. I didn't watch it. I put it in for a few minutes, and I'm like, oh, I'm checking out.
So I hear Luca De La Torre did okay. I heard he performed okay. But, I mean, I saw the Jack McGlynn goal, which was sick. I kind of wish I would have seen more of that than just 1 minute. But, that was pretty sick. But, okay. It's like the snake eats its own tail, right? What's the problem?
All right,
did Pochettino pick a crappy squad, or did he not have enough players that could play to be able to be picked? But then, does he know what he's doing, or does he just it just continues on?
And how many more times is Pochettino going to get a pick at the apple? I mean, he's now on a 4-game losing streak. With this, against USA, when he lost 0-4, he is now on a 4-game losing streak. The 0-4 is just like the U.S. national team under Pochettino. It's reflective of their record.
Now, I heard some talk, and somebody was like, if this was Mexico, they'd fire the coach. And I kind of think you're right.
I kind of think you're right.
But, let's be honest. You can't do it. How many times are you going to fire a coach before a World Cup? Honestly, this was supposed to be the shot in the arm. We were on this very show, yelling at people and being like, I can't wait for a European manager. Now, I know we all were kind of like, yeah, with Poch, but, we had a lot of faith.
But also,
and things.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, and things just. I don't see a plan. I don't understand it. So many guys are out of position, but then again, so many guys haven't played for whatever reason.
So the other thing is this might be a sign that the problems of the U.S. men's national team are kind of similar to what's going on with Chicago Fire. The base isn't all as good as you thought it was. The structure, the Fire, Greg has had to rebuild the Fire from like just years and years and decades of just mismanagement. The U.S. men's national team is kind of in a similar boat. There's just been lots of mismanagement, including hiring Pochettino when they did in the cycle that they did and not getting him either in earlier so he could figure stuff out, and reducing the time. They've kind of screwed Pochettino under this too. And of course, Pochettino assumed the risk, thinking he could do it, and he's been heralded as like, what is he good at? Oh, he's good at getting young players along. But also, there's been times where he had the best players in the world and he didn't get it done. So that's a real question about Pochettino. What is he? How good is he? And is he able to bring USA to where they need to be from where they were? It might be a case of the wrong manager at the wrong time. And this goes back to when I was talking about Jose Mourinho. You need a coach who was able to coach defense out of these guys and get these guys to play gritty soccer, because that is the way U.S. men's national team wins games. That's how we've all seen them win games, because their talent doesn't match England's, but they can beat England. Their talent doesn't match France, but they can beat France. Their talent doesn't match Brazil, but they can beat Brazil on any given day. With the right 11 out there, with the right 18 on the bench, with the right man behind the wheel, they can fucking do it. They've done it. We've seen them do it. But my point is, it's too late to bring in Jose, but Jose would have been the perfect coach for this team, because he's got that gritty mindset, and that's all. I'll let you guys take over.
You know who did really good under debut as a national team head coach?
BJ Callahan?
No. Carlo Ancelotti in Brazil.
We don't want to talk about that, do we?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the man would have wasted his time, coming here to coach the U.S. men's national team, but apparently he took a faltering Brazil team and they won on his debut.
So, if I'm not mistaken, Brazil's already qualified, correct?
Yeah, that was the deciding factor.
And I mean, dude, this is such a gettable guy. Like, on the national stage, the prominence isn't there, but the money is there, right? The U.S. is on terms money-wise with Brazil if they want to.
He's like he's like the U.S. the U.S. Soccer Federation is like Joe Mansueto. Just, I got money to throw, but nobody's coming.
You know what?
You're not wrong,
guys. They made this move on 12th of May, 2025. Here is what I suggest to the U.S. men's national team. Can Pochettino can him right now? This move was made literally less than a month ago. You guys can make a change now and just do it. Just do it. Just bring in emergency hire. I don't know, but who's going to sign on to this? Jurgen Klopp's not going to sign into this tragedy. You're not going to get Jose Mourinho in for this one. Maybe for next World Cup.
You know who's going to show up?
Dude, maybe you can get Jose.
Nah, you'll probably just end up getting Bruce Arena.
Dude, Pep, baby, Pep.
U.S. Federation. Pay whatever money you have. Get rid of Poch. Go get Jose. That is the only chance you're going to make it to the round of 16.
That sounds so insane. It sounds more insane than what's going. Like, the problem with Poch, and it's so funny.
What is the problem with Poch? Is it the problem with the team? Is it more endemic?
No, here's the problem with Poch. He has no fucking clue what he has. He's a chef who it literally, like, you take a chef and just throw him in some kitchen somewhere is like, make something. It's like, I don't even know if they have
even
salt.
That. You throw him in a kitchen that has a bunch of bottles that are not labeled.
Correct.
There might be salt. There might be black pepper. There might be paprika.
We don't know. Like, it could be anything. And that's the problem. Like, he needed a whole cycle to know what you had. And I hate to say this because I was too stupid to see it at the time because I wanted a European manager. But if you were going to change managers and it wasn't at the end of a World Cup, it almost has to be an American. Which means Jesse Marsch was probably the play. Now, that
should have been the guy after. Yeah.
But, again, I feel like the problem is the U.S. looks for a coach the way that a team looks for a club looks for a coach. They're like, man, let's see how this guy does this cycle and what else we can do.
Haven't you said this guy's name before? He's available.
Dude, he's out of work. He doesn't even have a club. Like,
Who?
he was hot for a hot second. Pellegrino
Who's-
Mazzarato.
oh.
Like, I
Yeah,
get it. He's American.
Why did they
But,
let him
like,
go? Why did they let him go on Hoffenheim?
he didn't win enough Hoffenheim games.
Oh, that's so, yeah. I don't know how confident I'd feel.
Dude, it's I don't want to talk shit about him because he did
No.
have a little bit of a
success
really good
run.
run, but that's the problem. Like, he was hot. Like, now we got to see him get a new gig and see what's up. But you know, the issue is no coach should ever go past a cycle. They never should have entertained for a second a coach to go past a cycle. And the problem is the US is like, okay, let's see what you do in your first cycle to see if you get another one. It's like, what do you mean? You know, like,
what's gonna change type of thing. You know,
I don't know, but so hold on before we move on to other issues with this team, because apparently Johnny Cardoso just forgets how to play soccer. Once he puts on this kit, he just loses it because he's about to blow the up at Atletico. You know he's about to turn into a monster.
You gotta
I don't
take
see
it
it,
easy.
buddy.
You gotta
I don't see it,
temper
buddy.
your expectations, bro.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is not the second coming of Christian Pulisic. So
No,
he's
down.
not Christian Pulisic,
and he's not even as good as Tyler Adams. Like, before
you watch your mouth.
Before
no,
you
actually,
start,
I think you're right.
you should be pumping the brakes right there. I mean, like, Johnny might
Yeah.
have a chance, but like, we've seen him next to him, and he's just not as impressive. But
now you heard of Yaya Toure. Now get ready for Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
Here's Johnny Cardoso.
Oh, God. So
most important
Johnny,
US. Oh, I was gonna say, what, you got more?
No, I just wanted to talk more about like this team. Like, there was literally no positives to take from these friendlies. So like, what do you guys want as a fan? Like right now, like, do you want them to fire a coach? And if you do, who do you want to get, or what kind of archetype do you want?
I don't
get that. What's going on? Our captain's dad using Chat GPT to beef with legends?
Yes. So the most Rizless person you've ever met, his very Rizless father, used the very Rizless thing that is AI to produce a very Rizless thing to complain about a thing that people shouldn't be complaining about.
Man, just name drop the dude.
I'm taking offense to the idea that they have no Riz when obviously they at least one has reproduced.
Look at the picture. Look at Instagram. Tell me that Pulisic standing there with that fucking girl on a horse isn't the most lame looking ass dude on planet Earth. I'm surprised he doesn't Tillman.
You telling me Christian Pulisic's dad is beefing with US legends?
Yes, because he's mad at Landon Donovan, who just. What sucks is everybody in this thing sucks because Landon Donovan's wrong and he's the person that sucks the least in this whole thing. So like, now you're arguing against the only good person.
You know how I feel about Landon Donovan, right? The man is talking a lot of crap for a guy that walked out on soccer for like 3 years. You know,
it was a year.
It felt like 3 years because he never went back to the USMNT national team. So the national
Dude,
team
listen, I at the time, if there was podcasts, I wrote into podcast. I talked to people, all my friends. I fully supported Landon Donovan stepping away. And I thought it was bullshit to not take him to the World Cup because he was by far one of the best 27 players in our national team pool. And that sucked. And I supported that, meaning now I'm not a hypocrite, and I continue to support the fact that the guys don't want to play for whatever reason it is. They don't want to do it. Now, if they keep turning you down, then maybe it's not, maybe it's not them, it's you, and they don't want to come at all. But that's not what the case is here with these guys. And the problem is, it's not their fault.
Someone's hyping up BJ Callahan.
Yeah, we should have kept BJ. BJ was.
Don't worry, they're you know what? The Fire gonna face him on. That was a good one.
So James, hold on. I know they're Fire gonna play them, and we're gonna talk all about because you said the G word earlier, which is funny to see what the Fire are doing versus what the US is doing right now. But we will put a pin in that. James, do you want them to fire the head coach.
You will never be Dempsey. What is that supposed to mean?
This is his picture that Pulisic just posted on Instagram or some shit, like while he's on vacation, while his boys are playing for the U.S. men's national team.
So so basically, while dudes are fighting on the field, dying on the field, this man is taking a.
Somebody give Mark McKenzie a medal, because god damn it, they're fighting and dying out there. Apparently,
they're fighting and dying, and you got this man next to a horse. You know, that's what Landon Donovan was talking about.
And he's wrong. He's just plain wrong. If like, he needed to step away. If Christian Pulisic needs to step away,
I would have loved
if
there was a Clint Dempsey type of guy on the team, but that had the skill level of like Christian Pulisic. Then that would have been, that's it, man. Congratulations.
Not everybody's the same. You know, like what did I say last year when we were complaining? I was like, what are you gonna do? Yell at Barry Sanders? Like, it's his life. He does what he wants, man. You know, like,
or you don't even have a defender like Gooch that, you know, good luck trying to step up to that dude. You know, I mean, I know some of the Mexican players try to do that, but that's a tall order, man.
Oh my God. Well, we don't have anybody bossing any. Well, I mean, I guess so. Again, I didn't.
If you
watch
bring
the
that
first
old
game.
man, if you bring that 30-something-year-old old man that you guys keep raving about, I'm gonna be pissed.
Guys,
Who?
Pulisic is going on Jimmy Conrad's show tomorrow.
Oh, that's gonna be
the softball. That's the most softball of softball shows he could go on.
Our boy Tony Miolo's on there. Nah, you know what? Tony keeps it real though. I feel like if anybody's gonna call anybody out, it's gonna be Tony.
What did Tony say that he was wrong about earlier? Tony tweeted something, and it was like, "Yeah, you're right," and then the second half, it was like, "Oh, you're wrong." I can't even remember what it was now, but
I remember when he used to commentate for the Fire. He, you know.
Yes, he's right. He needed an American on the staff to know the players. But Tab Ramos has had like the assistant job at the U.S. Soccer somehow as a coach, even before he stopped playing as a player. That dude worked there through like 6 administrations.
I think, you know what? That's the problem with Tab Ramos, though. He's part of the old regime.
Exactly.
Kind of feel like you need someone new. You know, replace Tab Ramos. I don't care. Get someone that knows what's in right now. You know, not some guy that's still looking at schematics from 1999. So, there you go.
Oh, James, please don't read this whole thing. But Eddie Johnson.
Just summarize it for me, man. I'm not gonna.
I'm not reading all that.
the TLDR.
But long story short, go on you Yankee players, U.S. men's national team. Dude, rah rah rah. That's pretty much it. It is.
He was supporting Pulisic's decision not to go.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, look, man, honestly,
sure.
Nobody's covering themselves in glory here.
The Gold Cup is a B team tournament, man. It ain't. And I hate to tell you that. I know Tokyo get mad, but that's what everybody kind of sees it as, a B team. You know, like even and to kind of make that argument, the USMNT brought a B team because nobody wanted to go. So, I mean,
well, it doesn't matter though. Like, we only have X amount of time. It like
our starting goalkeeper is a third string goalkeeper on this Gold Cup team.
Please, right. comma, real quick before we jump into the Matt Turner news. I want to say this real quick. Like, I would rather if every team in the region sent their D squad to the Gold Cup. I still want our A squad there to get the reps because we have a brand new coach that's still technically brand new because we keep losing, so we don't go any further in a tournament.